here at the European Processor Initiative Forum here in Barcelona. I'm meeting up with Eric Monchalin, and he is the chair of the EPI. An important initiative, I feel. How do you see the importance of this whole initiative? What have you been learning over the years in being a chair of this initiative?
It's linked to the complex geopolitical context we are facing with tensions between states and China, what could be the consequence for Taiwan, anti-SMC, the war between Russia and Ukraine, etc., etc. So there is more and more understanding of how it is important to gain in sovereignty for high-performance computing, AI, etc., which is key to support the development of innovations, also the business development and independence of Europe for the next years.
Yeah.
And in this context, API gain more and more support from the whole ecosystem. It's also due to the fact that we are delivered our first promises, so it's also helped to increase the credibility of the project.
Yeah, it's an important project in this way that the European Commission is seeking its own way into the semiconductor industry with development, research, cooperation between companies, creating this whole ecosystem. Do you feel that, because I see that the EPI is doing a lot of groundwork, and do you feel that this groundwork will establish the real semiconductor industry as we hope it will be here in Europe? Can we compete with the US? Can we compete with China and Taiwan and the others?
It's a foundation. So we don't intend to address all the challenges.
Okay.
So we have some few objectives. The first one is to build skills and know-hows, because we have also to expand the European capabilities, skills to develop such class of chips. The second one is to disseminate this know-how, this expertise in Europe and even outside of Europe. And the third one is to make products for industry and for next generation of HPC systems. So it's not only making IPs research, but it's also making real products with two pillars that are Sipearl and Semidynamics to sell these products on the market, having the ambition to have the same level of performances as the best-in-class worldwide.
Yeah.
And I feel that we are in a good shape. Right now we have already our first test chip running with RISC-V accelerators. We are very close to the type out of our Rhea 1 chip for general purpose processors. So it's not easy. We are facing a lot of challenges, but we are close to demonstrate what we promised.
Yeah. Now there's this group of companies working close together, but there's also, of course, the bigger market here in Europe and also perhaps across the world. How is that interest picking up? Are there automotive industries? Are there scientific congregations? Are there, how is the market outside of the group of EPI? How is the market responding to this initiative? Do you feel there's a pickup in this?
We are seeing a lot of interest in Europe, mainly for high-end usage. We are not targeting automotive market. It's really high-end chips for HPC, AI, or high-intensive cloud applications. So server markets, GAFAMs, cloud operator, etc. The automotive market is another class of processors which is more targeted by ST Microelectronics or Infineon than us. So in fact when we are seeing the demand for sovereign infrastructures in Europe, it's not only HPC, it's AI as we said, and we know that there is a strong wish for any country, the whole Europe, to extend its compute capabilities in AI. We are seeing also a lot of demand for sovereign clouds, whatever it is French or European or other European nation sovereign clouds. And there's a strong willingness to be sure about there is no backdoors, that they control all the security features within the chips, having the assurance that it is well controlled, well managed without any hacking capabilities to the infrastructure. And it is guarantees that could be only provided by fully open IPs, fully mastered by IP by European companies.
Yeah. Now, this is all happening here in Barcelona. There's a roundup of conversations and presentations about how things are moving forward. It's good to see this. How do you think? What are do you have all the requirements in terms of support and money to actually create this breakthrough? We're looking at 2028. You already told me perhaps earlier we're already there with the Rhea 1 to establish this HPC dream. Do you have everything which is needed?
You never have anything you need, for sure. You are always expecting more money, more fundings, more experts, more partners.
Yeah.
But it's a good starting point.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that 4 or 5 years ago we were in the middle of nowhere.
Sure.
Now Sipearl is alive. SMD, Semidynamics is making business. We intend to have our first Rhea 1 processor within Jupiter next year, and having the next Gen C supercomputer, exascale supercomputer with Rhea 2, the next generation from Sipearl. So it's a great story, and for sure we expect to be to continue to get supported by the European Union, by the European, to continue to develop both ARM and RISC-V ecosystem, because we are strongly believing that we need both of them to cooperate and to be sure that we have two paths to guarantee the future of European sovereignties.
Yeah. Now, the European Union is funding this whole operation, I see. Is it also an objective to have other fundings as well? Perhaps companies can start funding into this research and to help this further?
We hope so. It's always complex to find out additional fundings. We all know that we are facing a complex business and crisis situation in Europe.
Yeah.
So it's quite a challenge, but it's a so huge global challenge. If you consider that you have to include hardware but also software, it's true that now people are running software and asking hardware being compatible with this software, and no more buying hardware expecting to find out some software which is compatible. That we have also to put a lot of effort on software, globally speaking, to make sure that the whole is a single solution with every component, both hardware and software, are fully compatible all together. So it's a huge effort which is managed partially by the API, but it's also a question for the global community, all the open source community, on how we interact all together to make sure that collectively we make a great job. And I think it's a sign of our current world. It's not few partners making the job somewhere. It's having several communities friendly work all together to make a global ecosystem, raising, being alive, and servicing all the business, innovations, and social interests of nations, companies, Europe, and even, I would say, the world.
Okay, so all in all, the conclusion must be it's a very good starting point for the EPI, and there's a lot more things to come.
Absolutely. As I said, we are just a foundation. We need to continue to build the wall, the roof, etc. But I'm sure that we will succeed to do so.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for this interview and for your.
And thank you for your time, Ryan.
Thank you.